LeFlore, and we're here with Jeff Thomas at Second Market. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Sure, Jeanine. So Second Market is a company that helps private companies provide liquidity to their shareholders. So we help them sell their stock before they go and are able to sell their stock on a public market.
Great, so who are your types of customers that you're best serving and what stage of the company?
Sure, so we're working with late stage venture-backed technology companies. Typically these are companies that have hit the growth stage that would have been a great candidate for the public markets back in the 80s and 90s, but now due to the structural changes in the public markets, they're taking longer and longer to go public. So we provide a release valve to help them let some of the pressure off.
And how do you work with startups specifically, and what stage?
Sure. So when a company, typically they've raised, several rounds of venture financing, and then they bring Second Market in to create a market for their stock. So we work with the company to allow them to control everything about the market. We let them pick who can buy, who's allowed to sell, and when the market's open. And by providing that fair platform, it really helps to increase the liquidity in the stock.
Great, and how long have you been with the company?
About 1.5 years.
And so you've seen different phases of growth for the company, and I'm sure that you've seen the ups and downs. Tell me about the biggest failure you've seen and why, and how you overcame it.
Sure. So I think, the number one thing that happens at a startup is you have to stay flexible. So when I started and I joined, my first job at the company was to go out and try to get venture capital firms to sell their stock on Second Market. And when I went out and talked to the venture capital firms, I heard the same thing from all of them. They said, I don't want to sell my stock on Second Market. I want to buy stock on Second Market. And so we had to really adapt and change our business model to serve that constituent in a very different way.
Okay, great. And to wrap up, can you tell us an inspirational story of what might inspire the audience?
Sure. I mean, I think, one of the things that I've always just been really inspired by is people that are going out and trying to make a big difference in the world. So our CEO, Barry Silbert, was an investment banker. And I know they have kind of a dirty name, but you take somebody like that right out of Wall Street, and sure enough, he's out here trying to really change the market and really challenge Wall Street on a lot of the status quo. And I think that, those types of people who are out there willing to go and change the status quo are really what creates the growth in this economy.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, Jeanine,
Appreciate
thanks.
your time.